The Ermine Street Guard is the leading ancient period reenactment group in Europe. It's one of the oldest, best established and largest. It's the most experienced, and it's the most effective in helping to communicate a lot of the historical reality of the Roman army.
It's the first Roman group in the world, I should imagine. It survived. There were always a few odd people who made plastic stuff and walked along Hadrian's Wall and things like that. But what's the point in making one that's not correct? You know, if we set ourselves up as a Roman group, we should do it right. And they respect us for it.
Well, 40 years ago, the local rector wanted to do a historical pageant, and he asked 8 of us to be Roman soldiers as part of that, and we've been going ever since. The equipment is as accurate as we can make it within reason, and now have a worldwide reputation for our authenticity.
Everything that we make is thoroughly researched, and we get now, you know, initially it was very, very difficult because we weren't accepted by the academics at all, you know, for the first few years. We had a lot of difficulty getting information in, but now everyone's willing to help us, and there's always been a standard that we work to. It's that sort of thing that we're careful with the Guard's reputation, because, you know, it's not easy to gain a reputation, so, you know.
It's a man's drinking club where we dress up as Romans in the day and get slaughtered in the night. No, boys, it's a Roman reenactment group where we dress up as the 1st century Romans. For me personally, it's gone past the thing of actually being a Roman or dressing up in the Roman armour. That's, I think most members after a while forget that. I turn up every week or every month, once a month or whatever it is, to see everybody. You know, they're my friends now and we get on really well, and I turn up every week to see my mates.
Rubbing your helmet off.
Yeah, I'm going to polish my helmet, Chris.
Dirty bastard.
One of the greatest pleasures of the Guard was the comradeship. You know, you could perhaps survive the obsession for 2 or 3 years, but the comradeship abroad made it a very enjoyable experience.
Greatest hits of the Ermine Street Guard.
Greatest hits or greatest tits?
The biggest hit.
Absolutely no regrets. Had 15 years of great fun, great laughs and good education. It became a hobby which I would probably not have done without the social side of it.
It started in Whitcomb Village. It was just a 2-day pageant to raise funds for the hall, the Whitcomb Village Hall. The Seal Knot were there, and we said, well, if they can do it, we can do it. So we went on from that, and we changed the name from Ermine Street Ghosts, that was the name of the pageant, to Ermine Street Guard, and it was quite lucky really, because that didn't tie us down to any legion. We can become what legion we like, really. We started back November the previous year making kit in the rectory, or in their coach house, the old rectory coach house. That was our little workshop, and we worked our way through making 8 suits of armour.
Which turned out to be quite bad.
We had to study how the kit was made. We got it completely wrong, because in those days there was no information really. It was very, very difficult. Even the reference books were completely wrong. And I just couldn't believe the standards that they worked to. You know, in Roman times, 2,000 years ago, they were making some very serious work. You know, it was highly skilled, and that's what intrigued me. But now we do get a lot of help from, people doing research, real academics, and we give them feedback as well. So it's a two-way street.
It is, as far as I'm concerned, part of archaeology, because one of the ways in which we understand the real remains that we find is to try to replicate them and work out how they worked, or work out how they didn't work. And a lot of particularly earlier generations of academics would simply do this from an armchair, pontificate, What's great about working with a group like the Guard is that they will actually try things out for you, and you can see, could this work or not? So they do have a genuine academic value, which I think now increasingly academics do recognise. I mean, a lot of these guys, they may not know in as much detail a lot of the archaeological evidence as an academic would. Well, on the other hand, what a lot of them have are practical skills and a deep practical knowledge and understanding of the stuff that they're doing, from which academics learn, because we don't have that kind of skill of actually how you make something like this, because we can pontificate about how something ought to be made, but these guys have actually done it, and they tried it out, they've seen if it works. And that's why I honestly can say that I have learned a lot from the Ermine Street Guard as an academic.